Hello, welcome to my weekly message, everybody. Come on in. Thanks for joining me. I'm Crystal White. I'm an intuitive card reader and a professional certified life coach, as well as a healer. And I am happy to be here to deliver this wonderful message for the week of February 8th to February 14th. So let's get into it. So, for the weekly message, we do want to take a little bit of a glance into our past, take a look at where we are right now, and then kind of look ahead for what is going to happen based on the present energies and our past energies for this week. I want to make it very clear this is a message for the collective. And if you're watching this video, it's very likely that this message is meant for you no matter what time you're watching it. Because healing is timeless, and these lessons that we're learning on this, in this earth school are always changing, and we're always growing and evolving together. So thanks again for watching. And please let me know if this resonates for you. And if not, if it has resonated for you in the past, and at least you could take these lessons with you. So if you do recognize this energy, you can help your fellow brother or sister out in this journey. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the most distant past here, we have the Three of Swords. And with the Three of Swords energy, we're talking about heartbreak, infidelity, maybe adultery. Perhaps we have had ongoing health issues that were in the past, or we need to just communicate with our partner, and the communication has been like swords to the heart, and it's been painful and hurtful. And so there was a time where we really needed to open up and communicate with our loved ones, take care of our health matters, and maybe we're recognizing the perceptions that we have had in the past on some deep emotional pain that we feel others have inflicted upon us. Again, past energies that are influencing us this week. We have the Devil. And this is associated with the sign of Capricorn. So, Cap Nation, what's up? But you can see that there's a tethered couple here together, and they're under the constraints of this, devilish figure. And so therefore, this does represent some sort of bondage, whether that is emotional, physical, or spiritual. Each individual is up to you. So where in your past may you recognize that you were under some type of spiritual, emotional, or physical bondage? This does symbolize also that there may have been superficial attachments to relationships based on material gain, or just in a relationship for the wrong reason. But our past lesson here was that we can overcome anything with the strength of will and ability to learn our lessons and see things for as they are, and overcome the struggles with even greater insight, knowledge, and awareness than before. And so, let's see. So we have, and this, I want to just throw this out there because it doesn't get mentioned often, especially by me, because it does depend on the reading. But this could show in the past where there were some deviant sexual tendencies, whatever that might mean for you, and if take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I always, I should stress that more with my readings. Always just take what resonates for you and then leave the rest. And then so again, another past card that's going to be influencing our present situation and our week. This week, today to the February 14th, we have the Seven of Wands. And this shows that you were a fighter, okay? It didn't matter what got thrown in your path, what obstacle that stood in your way, okay? No matter the obstacles, you are a fighter, and you know how to overcome these challenging difficulties. And you are embracing something. See, you can see that he has this just one flowering rod there, one flowering rod. So you're embracing your new energy and your ability to take action, and you are fighting off all of the other ones that are coming at you, whatever it might be. And despite overwhelming odds of defeat, you are victorious. So, yeah, you're taking advantage of the situation. You have been put in a situation in the past that you've proven that you can fight hard for what you believe in, and that even though you may have been the underdog in a situation, you were still victorious and you still came out triumphant with knowledge, greater knowledge, and stronger than ever. Okay? Which is so funny that the next card for what we can see coming up into this week, right? Today, right now, what is happening? And we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So with the Nine of Wands in reverse energy, this is telling us that we need to pay attention this week. We need to open our eyes and we need to read the writing on the walls so that we don't find ourselves in some sort of trap. And as you can see, the actual Nine of Wands upright, because it still holds that vibration and that frequency. This is you standing there, overcome all your difficulties, holding on. You're literally depending on that rod now. You're just holding on, just hoping that nothing else comes, or if it does come, you're ready for it, but you're ready to fight. Maybe the expectation that it's going to get worse before it improves. But you don't have to go through that, guys. Just open your eyes, see things for as they are, the people that you surround yourself with. Read the literal writing on the walls, whether the universe is sending you messages through little words and images, maybe through these cards, maybe through other readers that you're watching, or maybe when you're driving down the road and you see a billboard that says, "It's gonna be all right." Pay attention to those awesome messages that are going to be coming at you today. Okay, and so what we can see coming ahead here, we have the Knight of Wands this week. Okay, so embracing our fiery and passionate energy that we have proven time and time again to really possess. Embracing our tendencies to want to explore, want to try something new, maybe travel, pack your bags and get ready to travel and do something. Go out and look for those awe-inspiring moments in your day-to-day, and embrace adventure. This could also show that many of us are changing our residence this week. Perhaps we're moving from one location to another. And so we will dive deeper into that in a moment. So another card here, we have Page of Swords in reverse for what we can expect. So Page of Swords tells us that, we're perceptive. We have good perspective and we are perceptive individuals. And we're just ready, we're ready. We have quick wit. With it being in reverse for this week, we need to recognize that powers stronger than ours are at work. And it may be difficult to stay one step ahead of the situation. And people that aren't serving our highest good are becoming known to us this week. So maybe there's an imposter, someone who's been pretending to be someone for you in your life. Someone that you love, someone that you care about, because I do see the Ace of Cups in reverse is our next card. It could be someone that said they were going to be there emotionally for you, but really they aren't. And they're a lot more talk and not enough action. So it's becoming apparent to us later on in this week, perhaps, and hopefully this isn't for everyone, because there are some of us who are embracing a brand new beginning, and they're just going to be full of optimism and joy. All of you guys are going to have so much emotional fulfillment available to you. But then there are some of us later in the week where we're just going to recognize, hey, this person is not who I thought he was or she was. And, I really need to start seeing this as it is so I don't find myself in a trap. It could be an unfulfilling relationship. It could be a false start to a career that you thought was going to be really fulfilling. Whatever that might be, we're going to see towards the end of this week, or maybe the middle of the week, that it's becoming more apparent to us, the reality of our situation and our circumstances, and we're going to be willing to be more perceptive to what's going on around us, because we don't want to end up where we were before. We don't want to relive the same experiences. Why? Because we have learned our soul lesson. We don't need to go there again. So, the last two cards that I have for the end of this week is King of Swords. Okay, being highly analytical. Maybe, the King of Swords energy is kind of like a lawyer. Like he's really good at, he may be publishing. He's a good thinker. He sees things for as they are. And he's a strong leader. But he's primed and he's ready for taking the action that is required of him with a clear mind, logical approach, and really able to communicate and express the way, his ideas that he has. And then with the King of Cups, we're also seeing the ability to manage our emotions. So we're going to see that we're going to be able to take a more logical approach to a very emotional situation towards the end of this week. We're going to be able to harness that authority that we have to calm turbulent emotional waters, embrace our our counselor or our doctor traits, right? The ability to really just take our emotions from up here and bring them down, and then incorporate whatever lessons that we've been being presented with, and just kind of take things as they come. So, the lesson I have, the soul lesson for this week, I am using my Soul's Journey lesson oracles. And the lesson oracle that came out is happiness. And this is a lesson that we need to embrace. And the affirmation is, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And this is important because we need to recognize when we're on the right path. And if you're happy, then it's most likely that you're on the right path. So making those decisions that bring you to happiness every day, is really important. So let's dive into this lesson for this week. So let's go back to before you incarnated and came to the earth. Your soul created a blueprint for you to follow in this physical dimension. And the easiest way to chart this path is to follow your bliss. So, life is full of choices and opportunities that you have. And so Spirit, in its infinite wisdom, has given you the emotion of happiness to guide you. The signposts are always there, but you have to acknowledge them and have the courage to follow them. As you look at this card, do you feel that you are living a life of happiness? Be honest with yourself. And what areas are you lacking? What areas is it lacking in happiness? It may be time to be truthful to your own soul and your soul self. So listen to its language and intuit if there is someone or a scenario holding you back from experiencing complete happiness. Even though it may be painful to admit, you need to be completely truthful. Be mindful of how happiness will affect every aspect of your life on your path. And also intuit if there is someone else in your life who needs to be brought into the awareness of happiness. This is important to recognize as well. Others will want to learn from you, and whether you admit it or not, you can be their teacher. When you are filled with love and compassion, not only do you bring happiness into your life, but you lead others by example. Be the light. Be that light in their life, okay? Live in your own happiness. Okay. And so for the final message, the messages here that I have, I asked Spirit if we could have a message for the beginning of this week, the middle of the week, and towards the end of the week, of how we can incorporate the power of love. How can we activate the power of love into every situation that we come across this week? And for the beginning of the week, we have acceptance. And we have an affirmation for acceptance. And that tells us you are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. And again, so throughout this journey on earth, you're presented with all the obstacles and lessons that will test you. One of the most beautiful parts of life is its unpredictability. Nothing is permanent. Everything is constantly moving and evolving, especially you in your life. That Knight of Wands energy, constantly moving. Maybe not physically, but emotionally or however it comes across for you. So you can progress faster spiritually by being open to the ebbs and flows of events and the twists and turns that your soul companions, the fellow humans on your journey, provide you. Now it's time to become aware of this gift and acknowledge that these moments are not stumbling blocks, but merely opportunities to grow. Although circumstances may seem difficult or worrisome, if you look at the bigger picture at the beginning of this week, today, tomorrow, and live for the present moment, you can easily follow the natural course of life. But don't let the mindset of acceptance distract you from your ability to change the situations that hinder your soul's growth. You are always in charge. All right? And so for the middle of the week, we have the activation of integrity. And so the integrity activation, this is going to tell us how we can activate the power of love towards the middle of our week, this week. Integrity, the affirmation here is you demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with every action. And this is a great chasm between believing in something and demonstrating it to the world. Walk your talk is the mantra of this card that bridges this gap. You can read every spiritual book available, but if you don't practice what you've accepted in your heart, then it's all for naught. One second. So, holding love and compassion as the cornerstones of your belief system is very different from manifesting them in the real world. Integrity is a state of wholeness and completeness of being. When all pieces of your psyche are unified as one, you don't have to try to be compassionate, you just are. A person with integrity follows through on their commitments. If you tend to second guess yourself or are filled with conflicting opinions, you might still be struggling to find your authentic self. And that's okay. Life is about learning to be a better you. And if you aren't learning something new every day, that's a wasted opportunity. To know whether you are coming from an integrated space, notice your behavior during a time of chaos. If there is a gentle quiet of the mind, a clear path is seen, then love is present. And when you come from the center, you are in the moment, not swayed by the past or the future. You shine a beacon of self-assurance that draws all good things to you. What a wonderful message that we can embrace. That when something comes to our attention this week that isn't serving us anymore, something that we recognize is an imposter to our authenticity and our soul's growth, we can use the energy of integrity. We can activate this integrity into our lives and realize this, that we can be truthful. We can integrate love in our life, and hold these corners of our belief stone and not have to fake it, not have to try to be compassionate. So yeah, you demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. Walk your talk, guys. Walk your talk. That is so important. And it's going to become even more apparent to us in the middle of this week where we're going to need to activate that love in our life. So for the final love activation, we have satisfaction. And with the energy of satisfaction, with these kings, right? The kings, that Ace of Cups energy, we have satisfaction. So we need to activate this towards the end of our week. And the affirmation here is that you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. What other people think of you is none of your business. You should never look outside yourself for acceptance or validation, because it sends the message that you don't trust your own soul's worth. When you are in a space of self-acceptance, you confirm to the universe that you are everything you are meant to be, foibles and all. In this awareness, you are able to live freely and joyfully, because you are not seeking validation through someone or something else. You can live your life and make choices out of love instead of fear. To enter this space, you must have the realization that your soul's makeup is divinely perfect. The limitations you've placed on yourself and your self-criticisms are usually based on giving away your power to another or seeking outside approval. The ego is judgmental and critical and filled with insecurities, while the soul is perfectly at ease and has come back here to enjoy a journey of self-discovery. One of the biggest traps in learning to be satisfied is comparing yourself to others. Remember that you have come back to an earth school made up of a myriad of souls and experiences. You aren't meant to be like anyone else. Love yourself for being the compassionate and unique person that you are. Wow, guys, I am covered in chills from head to toe. I really do believe this with my heart. We don't need to be like anyone else. We don't need to let ourselves feel like we need to be validated by other people to live in our authenticity and our truth. And that truth is love. We are here to love each other and to support each other. And it doesn't matter where each individual is on their soul's path, because they're all on their own journey. Every single soul on this planet is on their own unique journey. There's no reason to live in the ego of self-criticism, of criticizing others, of judging ourselves and judging others. We need to just embrace that energy of satisfaction, be okay with where everyone is, and just be willing to have self-assurance and self-approval and recognize all of these various lessons that we have in our life as what they are, as soul lessons. We signed up for this, guys. So there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this resonates for you and that you receive something from this. Embrace the soul lesson here to live in happiness this week, to embrace where we have been that have brought, all of those challenges that we have gone through and the struggles we've gone through in the past have brought us to where we are today and have made us into the people that we are. And yes, we've got a journey ahead of us, but we're ready for it. We're prepared. And if you guys recognize that there is any unfulfillment in your life, and you're wasting kind of your energy, it is time to use the power of your authority to think logically and to ground your emotions and to be that light for other people in your life. Okay? Thank you so much. Please do me a huge favor. Like this video, share this video with your friends and family that need to hear this, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified. Well, if you hit that notification bell as well, you can get notified on whenever I post these awesome videos, because they're going to keep coming. And so as long as I have your support, which I don't need your approval, but it is greatly appreciated, and it does help to feel the path. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to y'all later. See you next week, or see you tomorrow for my daily live videos. Bye.